Hey everybody, I'm Kurt Roth, and welcome back. This is the 505 Sports Venture Program, where we come to you semi-weekly to discuss issues primarily around UNM NIL, UNM athletics, the state of New Mexico, local politics, whatever is germane and whatever has an impact on UNM athletics. And part of our presentation at 505 SVF is that UNM athletics and UNM in general are economic drivers for the city and city of Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico. It's important, more than wins and losses on the field and success in the classroom, that our athletes excel. And that's because they are unique in New Mexico vis-a-vis the rest of the country. No major league teams, one Division I university other than UNM. It is an opportunity here, as we know, when our teams do well on the field or on the court, we do well and the box office of the state, of the city, of the county. So it's a boon for all of us, not only emotionally as a fan, but financially to everyone involved. So again, 505 SVF continues their drive. You can check us up at 505sports.org, 505sports.org. We need your help. We're about to have some major announcements in the next month or so about our relationship with UNM, and we're carving out a new role there. So again, it's 505sports.org. Before we get to our first break, I just want to say I'm grateful to be here. My boy Adrian behind the counter there is still telling me about the Dodgers, and they're going to have to change the rules of baseball because the Dodgers apparently are trying to go undefeated and outspend every team totally in the major leagues. And of course, we're going to have a special guest. He's a friend of the program. He's also the reason we're here. The president of ProView, Steve Davis, is with us today. So we're going to talk about some a little different stuff than normal, but it's going to be fun. I think you'll be informed, and I want you to stay with us. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Thanks. Hey everybody, welcome back again. I'm Kurt Roth. This is the 505 Sports Venture Foundation program. And, weekly we try to talk about what's happening with UNM athletics and the state of New Mexico, etc. I have a little bit of a different show with our good friend, president, leader here at ProView. My college buddy Steve Davis. Steve, how you doing?
Hey, it's great. It's always fun to be on your show, and man, things are starting to happen for ProView Networks.
Well, that's clear. I told you the story when I came in last week. I was driving through town, and I happened to be coming up on one of my favorite spots up in the Northeast Heights, where I could go in, get some air conditioning, buy a cigar, and sit down and smoke it. So I had my phone with me. I was going to sit down, check some emails, look to see how much money I lost in the stock market, all that cool stuff. And I cut the cigar. The guy lights it. I sit down and I look up at the TV, and there's the Connie Mack World Series. And one guy in the place is sleeping. Another guy's trying to figure out what he's watching. And there I hear my two old buddies, Ray Birmingham and Scott Galletti, doing baseball. So, of course, I had no choice but to text Ray Birmingham to make a comment during the game. He was professional. He didn't remark back to me that I had, he didn't say any he received my text, but he acknowledged it in the commentary without naming me. So anyway, that's a massive venture up there. You tell us a little bit about what goes on in Farmington.
Well, I tell you, it's been a process over the last 4 or 5 years, okay, and it started with Richard Neely. He's the president of AABC, and his brothers, Ralph Neely, played for the Dallas Cowboys, and we've gotten to have a great relationship. But this year was very special because him and I worked really hard with the legislators they gave us money, so all the games were free. Okay, so that's why you got to watch it, and it's a testimony that when it's free, people will watch it. Okay, but without him, and I want to speak of some legislators that really pushed this, to give us the money to where we could do it free, and to give it to really show what New Mexico and Farmington and what the state of New Mexico has to offer in sports, and we got it on CBS, okay, and your Jeff Symbiota and also Ray Birmingham got to do that game, and they're becoming, I think this is the third year they've done it now. People are expecting to see them there,
right.
and they're New Mexico people, so I'm proud of that, to have New Mexico people on a national level speaking for the state of New Mexico. But it wouldn't have happened without some legislators, and it was.
Let us know who was some familiar names.
Yeah, Bill Sheridan, and he's Speaker of the, and I'm probably going to butcher that, but he's with the Republican Party, and without him and his support, and then also Steve Lanier, and they're from Farmington, senators from Farmington that push it, but the guy in Albuquerque that really loves sports, and the guy that's dear to us and everything, is Mo Maestas. Okay, and so they still, and then they actually talked with Lancey Adams at the New Mexico True and made it part of their budget. So it all happened, and so this was, from my standpoint, and it was so neat to hear somebody to see it in a place you wouldn't expect to see the game, and it was about New Mexico. So very, very, very rewarding, very great, and then just the hospitality, and then the mayor of Mr. Nate Duckett. I mean, these things don't happen, and I don't even know if you understand that that's the fourth largest event in the state of New Mexico.
Right. Well, I was going to ask, because once I had known for years, as a 15-year-old back in New York, I knew guys who were going to Farmington or New Mexico at the time. I assume it was still Farmington. New Mexico could have been Japan, as far as I knew when I was 15, to the Connie Mack World Series. They were going across country. So after I saw the game on TV, I said, well, what's going on? My boys, Galletti and Birmingham, are up there. I started to follow it in the Journal and online, and it's got to be a massive production. There's games. How many games?
We did 21 games on
Right.
CBS, so 22 total games, and it's 4 games a day, basically, starting on two on that first Sunday, and then 4 a day for the remainder of the week. So it's a deal, but it does not happen with the support of our legislators and then in the city of Farmington.
Well, it's a great thing for that part of the state. For me, I think next year I have to make it my job to get up there, because golf is great up there. I can bring the golf.
Well, I was going to throw. I'm golfing now, and then Ray Birmingham and also Jeff Symbiota. We got to go to Pinon Hill. I never played it. If you haven't played it,
beautiful course.
Go. It's worth just going up for the weekend. And well, there's in the country club too. It's just not one course. Then you have Durango.
Right.
I mean, you have like 4. And then Riverview, I got to play Riverview. So, I mean, there's 4 golf courses all within, 30 minutes of each other.
Oh, well, it's good to hear you're back on swinging the clubs again. That was a little
Well,
time
I'm
off.
swinging them, okay? I'm not hitting them, okay? So,
Well, that happens. That's day to day. As anyone who plays golf knows, one day you can hit you think you're going on the senior tour. The next day you're throwing the clubs in the
hey,
garbage.
I know, I don't even go that far with it anymore.
So, all right, so big event, Farmington, ProView to the max, 20-plus games.
And Scott Galletti did every game.
Galletti,
except
the boys.
For those, I know he's just a warrior. I mean, he did a great job.
He's one of the best. Anyway, all right, so now ProView gets a little break. Fall is coming up. We read the Journal. Read the Journal, by the way. Great coverage about high school sports. James Yotis is a treasure, unbelievable writer, and ProView's right in the middle of that. So we're going to take a break. We're going to sell you some stuff. Stay with us, and we'll be back with Steve Davis and more of what's going on in ProView. And then we're going to get a little discussion going about Lobo baskets. So stay with us.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mirror here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Try this shit better than all my intentions. Locked in shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm here in ProView Studios, high above beautiful Central Avenue in downtown Albuquerque. I'm here with ProView President Steve Davis, who just gave us a breakdown on Connie Mack World Series. Incredible coverage.
The most coverage it's had, I mean, this year was,
Every game.
It was every game, but we had so many venues to produce it on. It was, CBS is huge. I mean,
Right.
we had it on ProView. We had a company called ROYST, and they.
Well,
they,
that's what that's the company I saw it on in the cigar bar.
And that was all Richard Neely.
Okay.
And he put that, and so we had millions and millions of views for the Connie Mack the whole week.
Oh, that's awesome. So great
And then
job.
on YouTube, we had, and just YouTube, we had average about 2,000 unique hits every game.
Well,
every game.
I think next year, if we're going to have the same Proview's going to have the same team up there in Farmington, I think it's incumbent on the government of Farmington and ProView to get Scott Galletti in a rib eating contest, because I hear he's fierce. In between innings, he can down ribs.
Well, spare ribs ran out. And if you haven't eaten in a farm, then go to the spare ribs. It's right by Ricketts Field. So.
All right. So now we're headed. We're in August already. This summer is just ripping by, and August in New Mexico and much of the West means we're about to start fall sports in high school, especially, but not limited to football. And you guys do monster work there. What's it look like?
I mean, I just look at this piece of paper, and I'm not going to go through the whole list. It starts August, 20th, okay? And then it starts with football and soccer, volleyball. I mean, it's here, okay? And ProView will be doing, anywhere from 6 to 10 games a week, every week, till May of next year. So.
Well, what's the person power to do that? I mean, you have people all over the state, different venues. Who coordinates that? You?
No, Jason Pohl has been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years, and I'm glad you brought that up. And if you're looking for a part-time job or anything, give Jason Pohl, give him a call. We have some people that are moving on, got better jobs and things like that. So we're looking.
What kind of jobs you're talking?
We're talking camera people and directors, and it's every night we have a.
It's a great opportunity to get your toe in the door of the industry then, and if you have experience, now you're going to be working. Well, that's great. And how do we get in touch with them?
Well, just call ProView Networks, or you can call me at 505-980-9372, and you can look us up on the website and get a hold of Jason Pohl and email him.
All right, well, there you go.
It's J Pohl at ProView Networks.
All right, there you go. So now what's the, other than person power and getting people and equipment, What's the biggest challenge in coordination, though? Is there technical stuff? You're spread pretty thin.
Well, truthfully, it's not. Football's pretty easy, okay, because you have, Thursday, Friday, there's set places, and we have enough equipment that they stay there. Okay, so it's not.
Well, but you go on the road. No, it's not just here.
Yeah, truthfully, it's not as complex as you think.
Okay.
If we're doing, we do 700 games a year.
Right.
Okay, 700. That's 2 a day. Okay, if you really for a year. Okay, so we've worked it out, and we've been around for 18 years now. We're not, it's just something that we know how to get done and get accomplished, and people really just don't really know how much cover. Millions of people have watched ProView Networks and watched what we've done. So.
All right. So, do we have any big games? Is there a special couple of early matches that are going to be outside the conferences, outside the sectional stuff?
Well, for the people, we have every game on My 50 every Friday night, so that's probably our marquee game. And if I can
take a look,
take a look at this game.
Because I've been reading Yotis, and he had a great and that's
and it's going to be it's going to be Las Cruces and Rio Rancho.
Yeah.
And Rio Rancho's an upcoming team. Las Cruces was in the Final Four last year.
Right.
So.
Well, and for everyone, if you follow high school sports, and I say this often, I'm going to give a plug to the Journal. Subscribe or buy the Journal in hard copy online. If you're a high school fan, now I have no high school affiliation, but I love sports. I can read a Yotis column, and
or you can watch it on ProView.
Well, he sets it up. So I'm saying, well, I read about that game. I'm like, I have no interest in that game. I read about it in Yotis. It's a big game. It's important to New Mexico. It's important to the kids. I'm going to read the game. I'm going to watch a game, read the article, and Yotis does it. So we get a great situation here. A lot of early games, a lot of big matchups. And come on, New Mexico, get the Journal, watch ProView.
And then, which is even greater, Yotis on the game of the week on My 50, he is halftime. He comes in and he talks about, not only does he write, he's amazing. I mean, he's my hero. The guy is relentless, and he does not. It's just not the major sports. It's volleyball. It's wrestling. It's swimming. I don't know. I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how he does it either. But all I know is when I read the articles, I'm interested, and I have, again, no affiliation. I don't know the kids. I start to follow certain kids. It's just great. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna take.
And don't forget, I just got one more. Is that on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, besides the game of the week, we have Comcast. We put one game of this. So
there you go.
So and we try to vary that through the year. And then during the week, we'll have some volleyball games, and we'll have
soccer
soccer on channel Comcast Channel 26. So it's all starting the week of between. Go to ProView Networks, look at the website, look at the
There you go. We're right around the corner, everyone. All right, we're going to take a break, try to sell you some stuff. And, hey, patronize our sponsors. It helps get us here. It helps the high school kids. It keeps the lines humming. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
We can, everybody, sorry, you interrupted our conversation about getting out on the golf course. All right, our third and final segment here with Steve Davis, president and leader of ProView here in Albuquerque. And we talked about an impressive array of coverage from not only football, soccer, women's sports, whatever, whether it's volleyball. But you can't do that without the sponsors, those businesses that take care of production and support high school athletics. So tell us about that.
Well, for almost 18 years, Golden Pride and Frontier is sponsored. Golden Pride was sold. I want to thank Treshel Kirk for coming back and being
right.
big. I mean, they've been almost part of our growth has gone with their growth, and she saw the value in ProView, and we just worked out this week, and so they're going to be the halftime sponsors for Golden Pride. I mean, for the My 50 game of the week, and then you got Larry Chavis, which and Larry Chavis Jr. They've been supporting me. Well, this is the time if I don't try to sell in March and April after basketball, but right now if you're looking to if you're trying to get a hold of people and try to get in contact with people, then this is the place to be, because we do 700 games a year,
right,
and we have millions of viewers. Okay, so if you want to try to get your message out there,
great value. It's a great value. It's local, and you're supporting these high school kids in the city and in the state. It's a win-win.
Right, and we're still, Game Vision is no longer, but NFHS, so APS, and we're covering all APS. We worked out an agreement with them in the last couple of weeks, and so everything is go this year.
Cool. All right. Well, so we've touched on what's gone on in Farmington, high school sports in general. And now we're in August, and this week, Lobo football returned to the practice field. So everybody's excited, but you and I have been here. You've been here forever. I've been here the last now 5 years. The excitement's palpable around Lobo football.
Well, you talk about James Joseph. I mean, what Eck and the basketball. Its success last year. I mean, there's excitement from everybody. I mean, it's like I can't wait to go to the first football game. And I haven't ever heard that. I really haven't heard that ever. Okay, for a long. The first game. Can't wait to see the first game. Can't see what this team is going to do. And you get it more than I do, but I'm just saying it's like, hey, I was on the golf course the other day, and people, I just went and got my tickets. I got my deal, and they hadn't bought tickets. I mean, people are there's enthusiasm that hasn't been here since Rocky Lawn.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And if you're a fan or any UNM supporter, season tickets are an incredible bargain. You don't pay a license fee. You don't pay any extra. I implore you, go to golobos.com, sign up now. It's all part of the growth. You can contribute. I know we ask you for money directly, but simply buying tickets, if we expand the season ticket base, it brings in more sponsorship dollars. It brings in more NIL dollars, puts better student athletes on the field, makes New Mexico attractive. And this is all part of the community. I've said it forever. the UNM Lobos are akin to the Green Bay Packers in the NFL. There is no reason in the world that Green Bay, Wisconsin, should have a franchise with LA, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Houston. It makes no sense. But why has it happened? They're an original franchise. They're owned by the community. So I think it's incumbent on New Mexicans, let's buy shares in the UNM Lobos. It'll help this season. It'll help in the future. We're talking conference expansion in 2 or 3 years. You have to set the groundwork now. So, all right, we've talking football.
I got one comment. And buy your ticket. Get the bobblehead. Talk about that. What a great, ingenious.
I have not received mine yet. I think I have a date. I'm a bobblehead guy. We've got my Jerry Garcia right there. But you buy season tickets, you get a Jason Eck bobblehead. So, very cool. Albuquerque, the magazine this weekend, this issue, Jason, his wife, his whole family, his pets on the cover. The guy is just, great. We at 505 are working to help some of the young guys who have just come to Albuquerque with their transition. So, relocation, moving costs, that type of thing. So you can help us, 505sports.org. If you want to support a specific player, get in touch with us. We'll work it out. And if anyone wants UNM athletes to appear at their business, to do events, to have events with players at your business, call us. Get in touch with us, 505sports.org. Okay, so lastly, we were going to talk a little bit. We still realize that we have not completed a basketball schedule. It's the middle of August. The Mountain West will come out, and I think the Lobos will start, I think January 2nd is the rumor. There's been a settlement with the Mountain West teams leaving. We don't know about that. But it's incredibly difficult to try to get teams to come to the pit. There's still some games open. So, when you played, we always had a couple of big names in the pit. Now we're not getting the Georgetowns or the Wake Forest anymore.
Well, the dynamics have changed since then because of the seeding, and it's more strategic. You don't want to come to Albuquerque and lose, and if you're on the bubble, and you do lose here, and say the Lobos don't have a good year, then you're risking.
Well, I'll let I talked to my old buddy Richard Patino. I said, "Come on, let's do a home and home." He goes, "I have 20 Big East games." He goes, "I don't need to go to Albuquerque and get beat by 20 because some kid's on because Jake Hall goes absolutely insane." He goes, "We have enough difficulty. We play enough quad one games, and that's the nature of the beast. Houston, Duke, Texas Tech, they're only coming here if it's an exhibition game if we're lucky." Anyway, Steve, listen, thanks. We've come up against time.
So it's always fun.
We got a lot. Hey, we're getting there. We got a lot to talk about. We'll resume next week. I hope to pop into your show on Tuesday. We'll see who we get to talk maybe football Wednesday, but we'll be back. Stay with us. Don't forget 505sports.org. Help us out. Help Lobo athletes out. Join our team. We'll see you next week.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.